So today, we're going to talk about something wild, how artificial intelligence is starting to show up in one of the most, well, human jobs there is, parenting. We're talking about everything from taming that chaotic family schedule to keeping kids safe online. A whole new set of tools is here, and they're promising to help.
I mean, who hasn't asked this, right? Probably at 3 in the morning with a crying baby. Raising kids is amazing. It's the best thing ever, but let's be real. It can be completely overwhelming. There is no perfect instruction manual. Well, or at least they're trying to write a few of the chapters for us. And look, we're not talking about some clunky robot nanny here. We're talking about smart, AI-powered assistants that live on your phone, all designed to bring just a little bit of order to the beautiful mess of family life. All right, so first up, let's get into how AI is trying to tackle the day-to-day grind. You know, that constant mental juggling act that pretty much defines being a parent these days. So what are we talking about here? It's basically this idea of a virtual parenting assistant, or VPA for short. The best way to think about it is like a co-pilot. It's an on-demand guide that's there to give you advice, reminders, and just general support to get you through the day. Okay, let's break this down because this is where it gets really practical. On one side, you've got the problem, that never-ending mental load of who has soccer practice, when's the dentist appointment, what are we out of at the grocery store, you know the drill. But on the other side, you've got the AI solution. Family assistants like Milo are pretty incredible. You can literally forward a confusing text, a voice note, or even just snap a picture of a school flyer, and boom, it figures it out and puts it on the family calendar. And what about those middle-of-the-night is this a normal fever panics? Platforms like ARIA use AI to analyze symptoms and give you expert-approved advice, helping you figure out if you can chill out or if it's time to call the doctor. Okay, so managing the daily chaos is one thing, but another huge area where AI is trying to make a difference is in the bigger picture stuff, like a child's learning and making sure they're hitting their developmental milestones. Yeah, this one hits home for a lot of parents, right? It's that little worry in the back of your mind. You just want to make sure you're doing everything you can to give your kid the best start. And now AI is offering some tools that might help ease that anxiety a little. And what's super interesting here is how AI is splitting this job into two completely different camps. On one hand, you have AI tutors. Think of something like Readability Tutor. It actually listens to your kid read out loud and adjusts the story's difficulty in real time. It's all about teaching and building skills. But then, on the other hand, you have developmental trackers. These tools, like Cognoa, have a different job. They're not teaching, they're screening. They analyze data to look for early signs of potential developmental delays, so parents can get professional help way sooner if it's needed. So you might be wondering, how does this screening stuff actually work? It's pretty fascinating. A tool developed at Duke University is a great example. A parent or kid might play some game-like tasks on a tablet or just upload a short video from home. Then the AI gets to work, analyzing thousands of tiny little microbehaviors, things a human eye might easily miss, like how a child's gaze shifts. Finally, it crunches all that data, compares it to huge data sets, and flags any patterns that might suggest a professional evaluation is a good idea. All right, we've talked about the real world, but let's be honest, a huge part of parenting now happens online. Keeping our kids safe in their digital lives is a massive job. I mean, think about it. Their social lives, their homework, their entertainment, so much of it is online now. And trying to keep an eye on all of that, it's a lot. So AI is stepping in to try and act as a kind of digital safety net. And really, AI tackles this in two main ways. First, you've got content filtering. Tools like NetNanny are smart filters. They don't just block a list of bad words. They use AI to understand the context of a web page in real time to decide if it's appropriate. Then there's the second, more subtle approach, behavior monitoring. Apps like Bark are different. They're not just blocking websites. They scan communications, like text messages and social media, for signs of trouble, like cyberbullying or serious emotional distress. And this is the part that's a real game changer. The best of these tools don't just send you a red alert that sends you into a panic. They get how sensitive this stuff is, so when they do flag a potential issue, they also give you expert-backed advice on how to actually talk to your kid about it, how to start that tough but really important conversation. Okay, so we've seen all the amazing things these tools promise to do, but, and this is a big but, it's time for a reality check. Because these tools are powerful, for sure, but they are not a silver bullet. They're not perfect. And this, right here, is the bottom line. You have to think of these tools as a resource, not a replacement. An AI can organize your calendar, but it can't give a hug. It can spot a pattern in data,
but it can't share a laugh over a silly joke. That human part is and always has to be irreplaceable.
And this is where we, as parents, really need to put our thinking caps on. There are real risks. What happens if we start relying on an app so much that we stop trusting our own gut feeling, our own parental intuition? And what about privacy? We're talking about handing over some of the most sensitive data about our families. Plus, at the end of the day, an algorithm has zero empathy. It can't understand the messy, complicated, wonderful dynamics of your unique family. I think this quote just says it all perfectly. No parent is perfect, and we have to remember that neither is AI. These tools are at their best when we use them thoughtfully, as a helping hand, not as a substitute for our own common sense, our love, and our connection. And that really leaves us with the big question as we move forward. As this tech gets smarter and more woven into our daily lives, the real challenge for all of us is going to be finding that balance, figuring out how to use AI to make our lives a little easier without ever letting it replace the messy, beautiful, human heart of being a parent.